let's try this round two. I don't know if there's still some Facebook craziness happening from the other day. So good morning. Welcome to Monday morning. We have a little bit of a guest star who might be popping in here and there that woke up a little bit earlier. Good morning. How's it going? So here we are today, Monday morning. I woke up like this, and I wanted to talk about how just feeling good in our bodies takes so much more than just weight loss, hitting the gym, joining some specialty diet, etc., etc. So let's start off. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Christiana. We are all born lighting up this world. Like, people just look at babies and they just make them happy, right? So through life, we are taught that you shouldn't shine so brightly because it's a little bit cocky, it's attention seeking, don't brag. And then we start to dim that light. We are told from a very early age that there is something wrong with the way we inherently are, which is crazy. And then other external factors start to come in. There's, teasing, bullying, people telling us, like, for me personally, it was at an early age. I had this big puffy snowsuit, and when springtime came, somebody said, "Oh, that was just your snowsuit. You're not really that fat." And I was 8 or 9 at that time. Story for another day. So I truly believe I have been at that point where I lost all the weight and then some, and it didn't feel like it was enough. So I truly believe at this point in my life, it's about taking ownership and control over the choices that you are making for you, your health, your body, etc., etc. When we just kind of jump on the bandwagon of whatever the latest craze is, we focus on those external factors of how you look, how your reflection is looking back at you, you're never going to see anything differently. I know, I've been there. So this is how I coach women one-to-one. And it's always their choice where exactly we go with that. So whether it's movement, nutrition, lifestyle, when we bring it all together, that's where we start to feel that sexiness, that confidence, that power, that energy that seems to radiate off of other people that we are constantly trying to get. So it doesn't need to be difficult. That was the big problem for me, is things seemed overly complicated. I am not somebody who is going to sit and meal prep all day on Sunday for the week. I have zero desire to do this. I'm not a big fan of cooking, period. I like things that take quick and easy, and for some reason, spending a big majority of Sunday with Tupperware everywhere just isn't my jam. And if it's your jam, that's awesome. And if it's working for you, it totally is. It's just not my thing. So easy, simple, and what feels right in your body. Does that mean that you don't sweat because it doesn't feel good? Well, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Does that mean that you have to just work out to the point of pure exhaustion? No, not if you don't want to. But there are other things. There are so many things out there that are going to feel good in your body that will help kind of bring that movement, that activity into your life. And it's got to be flexible. If, like, there was one day, for instance, coming up this week, I can give you an example. On Wednesday, Kira has a dentist appointment at 10:15 a.m. Then we run home, we get everyone lunch, and the girls have to go for a nap, and Kira has to go back to school. And there's a good chance that even though that's my workout day, the workout is not going to get done. It's just not. I can see it now. It's probably not going to get done because I use nap time for work time, and I use awake time with the kids to get the workout done. So it's probably just not going to happen unless I feel like, okay, I really need this now, and I'm actually going to put work aside for the afternoon and do it while the kids are asleep. So when I talk about flexibility, a lot of gyms and things will say, okay, well, if you want to do personal training, you got to commit to 3 times a week, and you got to commit to a year, and you have to pay up front, and that is ludicrous. How are you supposed to know what you are going to need at the beginning? So I have clients that do come to me 3 times a week because they feel that they need it. And that's great. I also have clients that come to me a few times a couple times every month. Usually we start with a little bit more, and they take their program to whatever their gym they're at, and then they come see me next month for another program, and we kind of work together that way. So as long as you're leaving feeling confident what you're doing, that's what matters to me. When I get fired or let go by a client, that to me is kind of a victory, because that means you feel confident taking what you've learned from me out into the world and completely doing it on your own. And that's amazing. How empowering is that, to feel like something you couldn't do at one point is now something that you feel comfortable taking out into the world on your own. It's absolutely incredible. So a little bit of a backstory now. I wanted to kind of hook you in with that stuff is, in my early to mid 20s, I did have issues with my weight, my body image. I did lose all the weight. I lost all the weight and then some. And when I looked in the mirror, it never felt like enough. I still was looking in the mirror, seeing the same person looking back at me. I didn't realize what I was seeing. When I look back at pictures now from that time, I go, holy moly, because I'm not going to throw numbers out there. I don't like to throw numbers out there. I don't want to give people any ideas. But I looked like a bobblehead. And in the aftermath, my friends told me that, but at the time, I had no idea. I never felt like it was enough. I was always looking for the next benchmark to hit, thinking that's going to be the place where I'm going to be happy. That's going to be the place where I get all the things that I want. That's going to be the place where I feel good in my body. It never happened. It never happened. This continued on. So then I got into health and fitness. I felt pretty good about where I was. And then motherhood came along. And suddenly the things that I was doing before did nothing for me. I chose to nurse my children for as long as I could, which wasn't very long, and that's fine. And with nursing came weight gain for me. And knowing what I know about science, I would say that has a lot to do with my disordered eating past. Just in terms of your body getting used to being in the starvation mode and kind of gathering up extra resources in order to prepare for that next starvation mode, except now I'm trying to keep another human being alive. It got to the point where I actually gained more weight than I had ever been in my life, including the day I gave birth. So this was like not even a year ago. So that's where that was. Whenever I tried to work out, it decreased my milk supply. So then I had to make a decision. What did I value more? Especially going into my second pregnancy, I knew nursing was not something that was a forte of mine, and that's fine, but I did want to be able to do that for as long as possible because it's a money saver, and we kind of needed it more than that. And once we got over the hurdles of tongue ties and everything else, I actually enjoyed it, but it was very challenging at the beginning. And then I have a blog post about it. I don't need to get into it. However you feed your baby is perfect. These are just my personal choices. And then on top of that, hormones are still going crazy after the fact. So there was a lot of things kind of pitted against me in a lot of ways that I had to relearn how to move my body. Even when I started this weekly Facebook Live, I decided to give it the title, I Woke Up Like This, because I knew I needed to wake up earlier than the children were awake. You can hear noises in the background right now happening of children playing. So we might have to change the time again. But there was no way I was getting up any earlier than I already was. And so I decided to name it I Woke Up Like This. Like I was trying to justify how I looked in the morning with no makeup, no filters. Trust me, that Kylie Jenner filter on Instagram is really tempting certain mornings, but I just decided to show up as I am. And now more than ever, I feel pretty good right now. I mean, I still have my coffee. I still need to wake up. I just splashed it all over my pajama pants. But I actually feel really confident, like tiny little eyebrows and all. Sorry, 1990s Dominique, I wish you could take that back. But here we are, and I'm feeling better than ever. Why? Because I'm taking these simple tools to help me in my life. I move in a way that supports me. I have a plan still, but there are times where I look at that plan and I go, oh, I do not want to squat this many reps at this much weight. Oh, I do not feel like doing abdominal work today, whatever the case may be. And then I change it up, and there's nothing wrong with that either. I take nutrition to my hands with very simple guidelines. No counting. No counting calories, no counting points, no portion control. All three of my meals consist of a protein, a carb, and a fat when I have room for it. And my snacks, I do my best to incorporate those as well. Why? Because those are the things that are going to keep me full. Those are what people call your macros. If you were ever curious, that's what that is. So it's all about just adjusting to different seasons of our life. I take time to do meditation, self-care. I get the opportunity to take warm baths. Sometimes they're only 10 minutes. That's okay. But this idea that we don't have time for ourselves really needs to stop, because we're human beings. We deserve it. Regardless of where we are. As women, we are automatically considered nurturers. That we take care of other people. Whether you're a mom of any age, whether you're a pet mom, whether you're a mother of any kind, whether you're not a mother. As women, we are taught to be nurturers, and that we should put ourselves last. When are we going to stop doing this? When are we going to stop thinking that we're not enough? Go out there, shine brightly. Here's a little challenge for you. Think back to when you were a child and you were asked to dim your light. What would you tell that child now to make them feel like they can shine brightly? And can you bring that into your everyday life? Seriously, it does magic. It might sound hokey, I know, because sometimes when people ask me to do these activities, I'm like, what? You want me to do what? But it works. It truly works. So with that said, I have a huge announcement for a new program that is going to be optimal for you when you feel like you don't have time, or where getting out of the house seems crazy. And that big announcement is going to come out later this week. And if you are on the mailing list, you are going to find out first. So I threw a little link in the comments on the Facebook Live. Also, you can go to, if you're tuning in after the fact on Instagram, if you go over to the get your free yoga sequence, I think it is, because you do get that as well when you join the mailing list. Click on there, get on the mailing list, and you will find out first before I make the announcement live to the world of social media. So I'm really excited about this program. I'm busy planning away, and I plan to bring you lots and lots of goodies. So with that said, that's all I got for this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether it was live or during the replay. I would love to know that you tuned in. So throw me an emoji. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if there's something else you want to hear about. And yeah, enjoy your week. Enjoy your Monday. And like I said, if this little awake thing situation keeps going, we're going to have to change the time on this a little bit. But the replay is always available to you on Facebook or YouTube. So make sure you check it out if you can't tune in live. With that said, thanks so much for joining me this morning. I'm going to finish this cup of coffee. I'm going to upload this video to YouTube. And then I'm going to go get that one breakfast. Thanks so much, and have an amazing day. Shine brightly, everyone. Let's do this.